On this hot September evening.
There's something for everyone on the banks of the River Thames in Kingston this evening. Everybody making the most of what is officially the hottest day of the year so far.
Now it's day 4 of the September heatwave and officially the hottest day of the year so far, breaking the record for the number of consecutive September days reaching 30 degrees Celsius or more. You can see now how people have been cooling off in Richmond this week, and there could be hotter to come this weekend. Well, Victoria Hollins is on the waterfront in Kingston upon Thames for us this evening. Over to you, Victoria.
I am Assad, and there definitely is something for everyone down here this evening. You can probably see over one shoulder lots of people already out for an early dinner in the sun. Actually, the sun disappeared behind a cloud about 30 seconds ago, but until then it was right out and still very, very hot here. Across the other shoulder, well, again, until a few minutes ago, there were lots of people paddleboarding, canoeing, there were some pleasure boats going past. So it's been a hive of activity here today. But I think the person I spoke to in a cafe earlier on today really speaks for a lot of people when they said they wish this weather had come a month ago. Now, on my car thermometer, it got to around 32 degrees, it said, and it really did feel like it. But people here definitely have welcomed it.
The weather's been a bit changeable, hasn't it, of late? And anyway, it's nice to see it like this, and it's given us the incentive to do it.
Coming to the river's just been so nice because everyone's about, just good vibes.
We were not going to go kayaking, but we decided because of the weather. It's been lovely, so yeah.
The last time there was really good weather at the end of May, beginning of June, it was credited with actually helping the economy somewhat because there was, we were told, a boost to retail sales. Now, will the same thing happen again this time? Obviously, it's too early to say, but I went to speak to one family-run boat company which has been operating on the Thames for a couple of hundred years now, and they said that this current weather really is helping with the overall picture of the summer.
It's not been fantastic, I don't think that's any secret, but I have seen worse, believe it or not, and it's little things like this at the end of the summer which does make a massive difference, not just in the amount of cash flow we managed to make for a seasonal business. It's quite tough in the winter, but just to get people on boats and remember about us for next season as well.
Well, Assad, as you said, it is expected to possibly get a little bit hotter this weekend, and it really has been full on the ground here today, I have to say, and anyone who's been outside today would have felt that. So it is fun, it's nice to be out in, but it doesn't come without its risks as well, as Wendy Hurrell has been finding out.
Another day of clear blue skies and temperatures exceeding 30 degrees. At Parliament Hill Fields, Lido, a queue round the block.
Love this weather or not so much? Love it.
Yeah, I've been waiting for it for all summer, so swimming, ice cream, all the good stuff.
Yeah, I love it here, and now it's my grandson. He's 7 months old and he loves it too. It's a little bit hot, you know, but yeah, it's lovely. Thank God we've got the swimming pool. Thank God for that.
But authorities are urging us not to let the heat go to our heads, to use caution.
People need to make sure that they can drink water and they can use the shade available. We have a lot of trees on site so they can use the shade. They can help us as well and make sure that they act responsibly. Take the litter home, and please do not leave fire or barbecue are not permitted on site.
The London Fire Brigade was handing out leaflets about barbecue and other fire safety in hot weather.
We're basically just giving you some advice on fire safety in parks.
They know from last year's savage heat and drought that climate change is the greatest challenge, and a heat wave this late, this long and this hot is far from normal.
Every season we're going to see more extremes. I mean, like you say, last year was exceptionally busy for us and incredibly difficult. We've taken loads of learning from last year, and we've changed lots of things, and we're going to continue to change things and develop to be better prepared for extreme weather.
In Chiswick, the River Thames gets busy in this weather. The RNLI says to check tide times and don't go into the water. But should that happen unintentionally, this is their advice.
Float to live. That's our new campaign that we've been rolling out, and that's tipping your head back in the water so your ears are covered by the water, acting out like a starfish, few little movements with your hands and legs, and just calm your blood pressure, your breathing rate down. Once that's all done, then you can think about how am I going to be rescued, calling out for help, or if you've got a phone in a waterproof pouch, give 999 a ring to the Coast Guard and let them come and rescue you.
Love or loathe this unusual summer extension, it will be here into next week. Wendy Hurrell, BBC London.
Scorching temperatures past 30 degrees in parts of London today, bringing new warnings from emergency services. Neela Dami is at Hampstead Heath. And Neela, what can you tell us?
Well, it's hot, Ronke. It reached 31 degrees today. The Met Office says there's a chance the highest temperature of the year so far of 32.2 Celsius could be exceeded this week. There's a severe weather emergency response that's been triggered by the Mayor of London, which means that services and local boroughs will be stepping up their support for anyone sleeping on the streets because they're at greater risk and greater exposure to the heat and can have underlying health conditions. That's been triggered until Sunday. As you can imagine, it's busy here at Hampstead Heath, and the hot weather does come with risks. Earlier, the London Fire Brigade were handing out leaflets to people, warning them of those risks, telling them there's a near absolute ban on disposable barbecues in parks and to dispose of cigarettes, so that because of the danger of starting a fire on dry grass. They told us they expect it to be more challenging for them over the days to come.
It's possible that it may be busier than last week was, yeah, absolutely, because, you know, we've got 30 degree plus temperatures. However, everyone's got a part to play, and we want everyone to be best prepared, certainly within London Fire Brigade, to be best prepared for any challenges that we face.
And they warned against going into the water, as they said that there's a whole host of hazards under the water that could be really dangerous. But as you know, we've barely had a summer, so people have been out enjoying the sunshine. And I went and spoke to some of those sunbathing earlier.
And what have we been doing, sweetie? We've been splashy in the paddling pool, haven't we? Yeah.
Yay! I'm just sitting here chilling, enjoying it. It's a shame it wasn't like this all the time, to be honest.
Making the most of it, really. So long as it doesn't last too long, I think it's really nice. We've enjoyed the Lido.
For most, this week will be a last chance to catch the last of the rays, but the message from authorities is to stay safe.
Today is provisionally the hottest day of the year so far, with 32.6 Celsius, that's more than 90 Fahrenheit, recorded in Wisley in Surrey. The Met Office also said the September record for the most consecutive days above 30 Celsius is about to be broken. Well, Alex is joining us now. And Alex, we're due for higher temperatures, even higher temperatures over the next few days, aren't we?
Well, there is the possibility that we could beat our warmest day of the year so far. I say so far because, yes, as we head into this weekend, we are going to be keeping much of the heat. Now, the previous warmest day was set back in June. That was 32.2 degrees Celsius at Chertsey in Surrey. But a few miles down the road at Wisley, as you say, they recorded 32.6 degrees Celsius. And whilst we keep the current weather pattern, there are chances that we could beat this as we head through the next few days. But let's take a look at the current weather pattern, and it actually does have a name. It's called the Omega Block, and it's when the jet stream makes a shape that you can see on screen now, which is very similar to the Greek alphabet letter Omega. The block bit comes from the blocking pattern which it causes, where you have two areas of low pressure sandwiching an area of high pressure, which is currently over us at the moment. High pressure is associated with settled warm conditions, and we have a strong feed of warm air coming up from the near continent. But on the left and right, we have areas of low pressure which bring unsettled weather, and that is why we have seen flooding a few days ago in Spain, and while we're seeing flooding developing in Greece with more torrential rain to come.